Hello everybody. So today's session was introductory session on data recovery. Here is today's session. Firstly, let's get on to my introduction part. Hello, my name is Piyush Kaushik and I am your trainer for next 10 days. And I have been working with Gurugram Police, Noida Police and Computer Emergency Response Team, and I have trained many students internationally and nationally, and I have been gold medalist at IBM Gurukul 2019 at Bangalore. So let's get to the session. So the next question is why we are here. We are here to learn data recovery. What is data deletion? What is the background process? What are the different data types? What are file extensions? How can data be recovered? And all those things, all the aspects related to it. What will be the goals to be achieved at the end of 10 days training? You will be able to use the automated tools, you will be able to use the manual tools for data recovery, and much more. You will be able to know what is the process of getting the data deleted and how to recover the files, how the data is deleted, and how it is recovered. All the processes you will be familiar with. So, moving forward, firstly, there was test your knowledge. There was a question on is data recovery easy or not? Means it is easy or hard. So there were many answers like it is moderate, it is hard, and much more. So my answer is totally based on experience and skills. As everything, you know, you will be gaining a bit knowledge from everywhere. Like if I told you that I will be teaching digital forensics and I'm the best teacher, so it will be totally false statement because there are still many professionals and there are still many professionals, or you can say teachers, who can teach a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. So that keeps on adding. Nobody is perfect. So then there was query solving, in which there was questions from you guys. Uh, these were the questions. Data recovery is different. Okay, so these were the questions. Can we get the data if the data is not overwritten? Yes, we can get the data if the data is overwritten. Can we get the data when it's overwritten? So it was yes, because the data is not stored on the same letters or disk part. But if you say you have fulfilled the disk or you have completed the disk with the data, so that's the correct overwritten. In that case, the data will be damaged. So there was a question also, will date and time change? Will the time change, which is also known as metadata? Metadata is data of the data. So it changed after discovery. I replied it with it depends on the algorithm and situation. Like in many cases, you will not be even able to get the data. So there is no option for metadata also. And in some cases, you will be able to retrieve the metadata also. And in some cases, you will be able to get the metadata only and only some metadata, not exactly data. And if there is data, there will be a corrupted data. So these were the questions. So let's get on the session. So these are the points to remember. Keep calm. It is a time consuming process because there are a lot of data aspects, like there are 50 gigs data, 100 gigs, 500 gigs, 1 terabyte. The maximum I have been working with was 5 terabytes. 5 terabytes, if you calculate it, is a high volume. And if you perform data recovery on 5 terabytes, it will consume many hours or even days to perform data recovery because it will firstly analyze the whole disk, and it will analyze the whole sectors, and then it will start the process. So it is a very time consuming process if you are not having the right hardware configuration. So you must have a high-end configuration. So stay updated with the technology. As you all know that it is a very dynamic field, so staying updated is a very much important aspect, because staying updated will help you in getting more familiar to the technology. Like as many technology come, they changes the method of storing the data, or new tools come, or you can say new ways of deleting the data, or new ways of you can say data types or something else. So staying updated is a very much important with the technology, because like there is drone forensics. I have missed a case of drone forensics because I was not familiar to that, but later on when I researched on it, I came to know it was easy, and I have missed the opportunity. So you have to be updated with the technology. Like I have been working with bitcoins, I have been working with SDR, car hacking, autonomous devices, IoTs, and much more. So you have to stay updated with the technology, weaponize yourself. So you must have necessary tools. I have not written must have all the tools. I have written must have necessary tools. So here is a list of tools you can see. Okay, so here it is. There are only a few. I can name around 50 of them, but you can see here are only some of them. So first of all, telling about the tools, Ace Labs is the godfather of recovery. They are providing hardware and software both. They are paid and they are commercial based, and they are godfather because they are the best in the market currently. So if you are using it for commercial use, you can go with the Ace Labs PC3000. And coming up to the tools that I will be teaching you, I will be taking 5 tools: Mini Tool, Power Data Recovery, Recuva, Photorec, Test Disk, and Dataphone. Mini Tool is automatic. This is my favorite tool, just because it is very less time consuming. It is a, I have already told you that data recovery takes a lot of time, but Mini Power Data Recovery tool is very much time consuming, so I love this tool very much. And then comes the Recuva. It is the most famous tool in the market that most of the persons use, and this is very much reliable. This is having two options: one is normal scan and one is deep scan. It shows pretty good result. These both are automatic. Then there is Photorec and Test Disk. They are manual based and they are very much good tools. I love Test Disk very much. Then there comes Dictaphone. It is for mobile phones also, so I will be demonstrating mobile phone data recovery from Dictaphone. And there are also many tools. There are hundreds of tools like Test Drill, Disk Drill. Disk Drill is one of the more you can say most renowned tool in the Mac OS, Macintosh OS. Am I pronouncing correct? Yes, I called it Macintosh. So in iPad, in Mac Air, in Mac Pro, in Apple PCs, Dust Drill is, you can say, one of my favorite tools I use. So I can take up more tools also if anybody if you want. You can just tell the name. I can take up the demo. You can name two, three tools, because taking the demo of all the tools will be very much time consuming, and I don't have that much of time because the training is of only 10 days. You can download Autopsy also. I will be taking the Autopsy also, demo of Autopsy also. So then there it comes. Is the recovery process easy? I will say it is based on experience, because as you will move forward, you will get so much of errors, so much of tools, so much of knowledge, so much knowledge of, you can say, technology. Because whenever you will be solving a problem, you will be gaining knowledge. You can't get knowledge from reading books, but you can grow yourself by solving the problems. So my way of learning is try. When you will try, you will find mistakes, you will find bugs, you will find problems, and you will be finding the problems, you will be solving that. That will be your real learning. So there are two types of recovery. When is personal and when is commercial. So in personal data recovery, you will be concentrating on convenient because you will be recovering tools for your own, so you will find convenience that you should do one click or two click and the data will start recovering, or the process will start, or you just can add filters, or you can just customize yourself. So data is personal recovery. For that, automation tools are there. And the second is commercial basis. For this, professional recovery methods are there in which you have to manually search, or you can apply filters also, and they are very powerful and they are very time, you can say, convenient. So you can use commercial tools also for personal use, no problem with that. But the thing is, commercial tools are very much costly, so it is a huge factor considering to be taken into consideration. High-end configuration PC is very much needed for data recovery. In commercial, there are many tools, like I have already told you, PC3000 is one of the best tools in the market. In personal, there are, you can say, Recuva, Minitool, and there are so much. But in commercial, when you are going with the client side and you are getting paid, so you have to be careful. In personal recovery, you can just install the tool and start recovering the process. But in commercial, you have to use the live environment so that no data can get overwritten, and you have to be careful and you have to operate with the standard operating procedure so that the data cannot get overwritten or the data is safe, and all the factors considering the commercial level, because the data is very much important when it comes to recovery. The data is already damaged, but you cannot damage the damaged data also, because then they will be left with nothing except crying. So you have to be careful when recovering the data. So this was the today's session. There were questions also. I solved all the queries and the students asked for the practical sessions. I discussed with them that we will go with the basics first so that everyone will get aware of the basics. Then we will shift slowly towards the advanced level. Today was the introductory session. Next day will also be the basic session, and from day 3 or day 4, some practicals will get started, and slowly we will move forward so that the beginners can go up to intermediate level, and the intermediate level can also learn what they have left during their learnings. So thanks for the session. Thanks for joining the session. Hope you like the session. The audio was not recorded, so it is re-recorded session. But from tomorrow, there will be normal recordings, live recordings. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the session.